All right.
Treveon, without saying too much about the offense, just how frustrating is it to keep being put on the field when Wisconsin's at the 2-yard line, 3-yard line, their 30-yard line? Like, how frustrating was that?
Yeah, I mean, it's real tough dealing with that type of offense in short yardage situations like goal line, because it becomes 4-down football, and they're gonna try to pound it for 2 yards 4 times, and they got big boys on the O line, and they're just giving it to the fullback, who's also like 230, 240 pounds, and just falling forward. So it's hard dealing with teams like that in short yardage. But when we go out there, our mentality is to stop them. So we don't do it so much.
Treveon, you've been watching Sam all year. How shocked were you when he started throwing those interceptions like that?
It's really shocking. I mean, the offense was in a groove, in my opinion. I feel like they were moving the ball pretty good. They was giving us time to regroup on the sideline, and they was putting up points early on. So having them come out there and turn the ball over so frequently late in the game was really shocking and surprising to me. I mean, it kind of hurt us as a defense because it was putting us in bad situations. But I mean, our whole objective is to go out there and stop them if we can. I mean, we did block a field goal, but we can only do so much.
Treveon, what's kind of the mood of the team and the locker room, and then how do you kind of bounce back from this and regroup for another season?
Right now, I mean, we're hurt. I mean, we knew we was in that game. We knew we had what it took to win that game, and just to come up so short, it hurts. It really hurts, especially after all that we've been through and all the time and effort and preparation we put into that game. The outcome it didn't show how much effort we put into the game, and we was really in that game. We could have easily won.
And I don't guess anybody's really had a chance to ask you yet, and it's probably a terrible time, but are you planning on coming back next season?
Yes, I still got a lot more work to do.
Trey, usually bowls like this, like we're trying to grab the seniors because it might be the last time we talk to them for a while. But this is it feels a little different because there's so many guys in that locker room like yourself that are coming back. Is there, does it feel like that's different to you? Like that most of the team that was out there today is going to be back on the field in 2021 for Wake?
Looking forward, I mean, it seems like we're gonna have a lot of players coming back that are gonna be key factors on pretty much both sides of the ball. So I feel like we're gonna have a very promising season next year. So, and having everybody come back on defense, it means we're not having to replace many different key pieces. We can literally work out the little kinks that we do have and have a bunch of older guys. Like everybody's gonna be older guys, so we're not having to literally deal with a lot of inexperience.
You also figured to have some depth, right? I mean, you guys you're going to have some depth for first time in a little while.
That's always a key going into each season, is creating depth, trying to get the young guys ready. And now that the young guys are getting more experience, and then having a bunch of older guys come back, the depth is going to really help us in the long run.
Trey, I think you mentioned it earlier, but is this loss more difficult to stomach just because of all the challenges that this year presented?
To me, I think so. We knew that coming in that this was going to be a fourth quarter game, and it kind of got cut short due to all the turnovers that we was doing on offense and all the mistakes that we was making on defense. We just gave them the game almost. We was hurting ourselves so much in this game. We didn't even give ourselves a fighting chance coming down to the wire.
Trey, kind of following up on that, everything that you guys went through this season, and maybe it's not fair to ask you right now because the game's just this last one is so fresh, but Can you kind of put into words what 2020 was like for you guys and the cancellations, the testing, the lack of spring, and I mean, just all the uncertainty?
I felt like we was coming into it, we knew there was going to be some complications. But once you get into the season, and I mean, we got on a win streak after the first couple games, and we felt like we was getting in a groove. And then once cancellations, once COVID started becoming more problematic for us, it kind of hurt us because we was preparing for all these different teams, and then get to middle of the week and having to cancel, and now we having to throw that preparation away, and then we having to miss out on opportunities to play. I mean, for me at least, I haven't played since UNC, so this is like my first game in like over a month and some change. So we have guys like me coming in and playing, and it's kind of hard to deal with how everybody's coming off of COVID problems and issues with injury. We're having to deal with depth issues, people getting hurt. So dealing with all that, it took a real toll on us mentally. And getting to this point was really a strain, but we all pushed through it to the end.
I'll go